Hey guys, it's me, Zandrielle. Mr. Dehart asked us to share our testimonies, and so did God. It says in His Word that to share His works among His people. And I don't know about y'all, but I get really encouraged when people share their testimonies. It's just good to see how God works in other people's lives. Last year was my sophomore year. I was struggling with finding my worth, and that was nothing but the devil, because he was being so loud in my mind. He was telling me that I'm worth nothing. He was telling me that no one loved me. He told me I didn't have real friends. He was telling me all that stuff. But I call that noise. That was just noise in my head. I couldn't hear God at all. Like, He wasn't revealing anything to me. I wasn't praying fervently. I lost my zeal. I lost my desire to go to church that God placed inside me. I lost that. And so I couldn't hear God, like I said. But when God is silent, He's still showing you something. So one night I prayed. I was like, God, where are you? Like, I cannot hear you. Like, what are you doing? In your word, you say you will never leave us or forsake us. But I feel like you left me. Like, what's going on? So he was like, Z, look over your life. The devil is just messing with you. Look over your life. Look what I brought you through. And I'm like, first of all, God, what are you talking about? My childhood was tragic. And so he was like, no, it was not. He showed me that He's intentional. So God started showing me His work. God will show you things through people. Like, I began texting my biological father through Instagram. He found me on Instagram. So I started texting him, but then he just randomly said, Z, you're born premature at 1 pound. Yeah, the doctor said you would not make it. So I thought about that. I was like, wow. I didn't know I was born premature. See, that was God. He was showing me how much I'm worth. He showed me that He breathed His life into my lungs when I could have died, And that's just amazing to me. He showed me how much He loved me. He showed me that I had worth to Him. He showed me that He was fighting for me since the day I was born, literally. And then, a few years after I was born, I was placed. So I lived in New Orleans when I was born. So Hurricane Katrina happened in New Orleans. The levee broke, homes were destroyed, and so we were placed in the Superdome. Now that was not a good environment for kids either. That was a terrible environment. So there were people getting stolen from, people actually getting stolen, people getting kidnapped, people getting killed. It was just dangerous because people crazy. So God showed me, He was like, Z, something bad could have happened to you in that Superdome, but I covered you. Now, mind you, my family was not Christian. They were just living life, So for God to do that for me is truly amazing. So, but, after the hurricane, my mom, she didn't come home one day. Guess she was working or something. But she left me and my brother at home by ourselves. She just left us. And now my mom had like 8 other kids, but they were much older. They could stay home by themselves. They were like 10 or but they were not at home at the time. So it was just me and my 4-year-old brother, Aaron. So we were left at home by ourselves. Somebody called Child Protective Services on my mom, and we were taken and put in foster care. Now, like I said, my mom had a bunch of kids. And for God to do that for me and Aaron, out of all the kids my mom had, I was just like, wow, God, you did that for me. And God, I just want to give you my life, So we were adopted into a Christian family. Now, it could have been any family, but it was a Christian family. For me to know God, I could have been one whose eyes weren't open. I could have been one who didn't believe. I could have been one who strayed after finding him. But, I'm not. I just thank God for the mindset I have today. And, God is so good. He's so intentional. So I observed in the Bible that God changes people's names. I observed that he changed Saul's name to Paul, Jacob's name to Israel. And so, when you're adopted, your name changes naturally. My last name's changed to McCoy. So I was like, oh, okay. Let me Google what McCoy means because, Paul's name had a meaning and Israel had a meaning to God. So God changed my name. And so I'm Googling what McCoy means. And Google says it means true and genuine. I'm still trying to figure out what that means in my life. I know it means something. So just waiting on God to reveal that to me. So today I just want to thank God for the mindset I have about it. I want to thank God for him showing me my worth I have to him. And I just want God to keep revealing stuff like that to me because God is powerful. He will make you see things that you would have thought you never would have seen, I'm not really good with words, but if I had 10,000 tongues, I still couldn't express how much I'm thankful. We as Christians, we still sin. And, God, he forgives us just like that. All we have to do is ask for his forgiveness and he'll give it to us. And that's just amazing. Like, who wouldn't want to serve a God like this? If only they knew him. If only they knew him. With all this going on right now, coronavirus, there are people who just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. There's like so much going on. I'm just chilling, In his word, God says he will preserve his people. So I don't have anything to worry about. Psalms 91 is my insurance policy. So today I just thank God for the mindset I have. I want to thank God for being my ever-present help. That a name I can call on when I need him. I just want to thank God for constantly showing himself to me every day. So when you get up, you need to thank him for life, health, and strength. That's what you need to do. Because God didn't have to do it. You could have been on the list of not waking up. But you woke up. So just thank God for life. God loves to hear from you. I hope you were encouraged. And I just want to thank God for changing my name naturally and spiritually. Thank you.